Okay, it's June the 15th. It's just come up to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm on my way down to the other lake, which opens at midnight. I'm going to walk the lake for a bit, and I think the draw is at 6 o'clock for swims. So yeah, looking forward to it. Got that buzz of anticipation. I'm trying not to get too excited about it because the fish haven't spawned yet by all accounts, so they could start at any minute. And also, that was the case last year, I think, when I went for the opening 2 or 3 nights, and next to nothing came out. Nothing was caught. I had one little 10-pounder, I think, and that was pretty much it. So yeah, I'm not trying not to get too carried away, but I've just got that, 16th of June feeling. Right, I'm going to have a walkabout and see if I can find any fish, and decide on what swim I might like if I come out well in the draw. Well, that's a plateau swim. There's plenty of weed out there, and the fish like to hold up in that, so this is a possibility. Right, well, there's loads of carp holed up in this corner here. I'm going to creep up on them. They've already seen me, I think. They're just starting to drift off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No particularly big uns. There's more in the corner there, off to the left. Further out there as well. There must be about 20 fish out there. That swim over there that I've fished a few times. Fish over to this corner, that could be a possibility. But a strong one. Well, I saw nothing in the night rope swim. I went round to the day swims now just to see if there's any fish held up in the back channel on that, because I can pick a swim where you can ambush them coming out during the night. Oh yeah, there's a few fish down there. Yeah, look, one's just put his dorsal out the water. Oh yeah, there's a couple there. He looks slightly better fish. Just checking my phone for the time because I don't want to miss the draw. Got half hour left to carry on walking round. Oh, so there's a fish down there, just on the edge of that bush out there. Nice dark common, sunning itself. They know we're here. Nothing surprisingly in here by the looks of it. This is the day ropes. Normally I'd expect to see loads of fish out there, but no, which is good. Means that it could be a load out in the middle of the lake around that weed. The lake is looking beautiful. Much greener than when I left it. Right, let's go and look in the point swim. Well, the wind suggests that would be a good bet. Pushing in there into this corner. But let's carry on. margin swim. Could be another possibility. Down that margin there. No Carp corner. Best views on the lake. Yeah. Probably not one of my top choices. So if I was going to fish for those fish over there, that corner of that bay, I'd do it from here on the new point swim. I think as I walked around I saw one on this side as well. Oh yeah, there's one set up there in the weed. Oh, 2, 3, oh god, there's a few. Oh, there's a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One down there, 8. One's just vortex of water, 9. Yeah. So could we have one rod this side and one rod that side? Yeah. I think someone comes out ahead of me in the draw, they're going to grab this swim. I'm going to have one last look down in that corner, and then it's back to the car park because it's getting on for 6 o'clock. Right, I better get back, I don't want to miss the draw. Okay, well we had the draw. There was 8 people in the draw and I came out 7th. So yeah, but it's okay. I mean, I've got this swim, the margin swim, which gives me, you know, plenty of water. And I'm not too near anybody. I mean, there'll be someone in the point swim, and there's going to be someone in the plateau swim over there. But other than that, you know, I've got a fair bit of water, so yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Right, well, I've got 6 hours now or so, just under, to get set up and watch the water, have some dinner, a couple of beers, and yeah, get ready for midnight. Okay, well it's 7:30 now, I'm all set up. I think I'm going to rake a margin spot, my usual margin spot that I fish near, because it's probably got a bit of weed on it, and then put some hemp pellet out and a few boilies, just to prep it for tonight when I can put a bait out. The other rod, I don't know, because I think the guy who was going to go in the plateau swim, he's definitely gone in the no carp corner, so that opens up a lot more water to me. So I'm going to have a cast and find a spot out there in that water, as well as the one that I would have been fishing, which is further down the margin here. So yeah. Okay, well there wasn't a lot of weed out there, just a bit of Canadian, so that's okay. I've put some bait over the top, some balls of hemp pellet and sweet corn with some boilies over the top, so that's one spot prepped, ready for tonight. The other, I think, because no one has still moved in to the plateau swing, I think it's definitely down in Low Carp Corner. So I think I'm going to put a rod out there in a minute, try and find myself a nice spot with a good horizon marker, ready for later, and then get wrapped up and be ready to go at midnight. It's gone 8:15 now, so the time is ticking round. You know, the countdown has begun to midnight. Okay, we've just come at 9:30. I found a lovely spot for me right hand rod. 25 wraps, coincidentally, my favourite distance. But that's because, particularly in the water, you know, because you're nearly up to your chest and you can't get the rod right down back behind you. 25 wraps is nice and comfortable. But I've got a nice horizon marker, and when I cast it out there, just when I was leading about, I landed in some smooth sill, dragged back for about a rod length, and then it went up, a gravel bar came up, and there's Canadian on top because I dragged a bit back. So yeah, it's a lovely. It looks like a lovely spot. And I'm fishing it from a different angle to what you would in the plateau, which is, you know, it's in the plateau's water, and that spot. So yeah, and I'm guessing it's between some sort of fingers of weed that run all through that plateau area. So I'm quite confident actually for when I you know, get to put a bait out there tonight. I've stuck half a dozen spots out there, about 40-50 baits, and yeah, I can't wait to get a bait out there. I haven't eaten yet, so yeah, I'm going to have something to eat now and keep watching the water, and then wait for midnight to come around. Well, that's midnight and that's them out there. All the waiting for midnight to come around has worn me out, so I'm going to get my head down. But let's hope I don't get too much sleep, eh? Morning, 6 o'clock now. Haven't had a lot of sleep because I've had bleeps on both rods through the night. Left hand one I can understand because it's a bit of a tense spot down there, but the right hand one, yeah, I was encouraged by that, but yeah, no take. I have to tell myself this is not going to be like the other lake. It's not going to be take after take. There's going to be a few blanks. Yeah. I think there might be a few down today later, in which case I'd be very surprised if someone doesn't go in the plateau swim over there, and if that happens then I'm going to have to move that right hand rod, but that's okay, I'll just put it further down the margin now in my other spot. Yeah, it's going to be a scorcher today, so I'll be in the full face of it out there, topping up my tan. Let's hope that's not all I'm doing and one of those buzzers goes off at some point. Yeah. Right, I shall catch up with you later when I've had a few of these and I've woken up a bit more. Okay, it's 9 AM now. Bit of activity over my right hand rod. There's been a couple of rolls from a fish or two, so yeah, fingers crossed, eh? I think there's a fish working its way down this margin. Just big ripples came out from down there a couple of minutes ago. Okay, well the fish has just shown probably 2 rod lengths past my bait. Just about there. Well, I saw a fish on top, so I put some mixers out and it started taking them. They've drifted too far down now, so I'm going to put some more out. There he goes. I might have to get my floater rod out. Yeah, we don't need the gull in there. They're still taking away that gull a little further down, but they've moved away from me a little bit. Yeah, need to draw them back in again. That fish spooked off that. I think he had it in his mouth. And then spooked. It's probably going to be my only chance. I'm not going to put it back out there again until they start feeding. If they do. Oh no! Oh. Cut me off. Oh man. Okay, well I've re-rigged my rod, another controller, and which is the other one still floating out there, and yeah, we'll have another go. Doesn't look like they're going to start taking again. I don't know, hold on. No, there's one out there. There he is. There he is. Right. got to play this gingerly. It's an £11 line. Like Teddington Weed. More weed. Let's hit weed again. Yes! Yes! Oh! Yes! Okay, well I spent a good 3 hours topping out there and no reward. Kept doing me, but now I've got one. Spat the little hook that I was using. £27. Lovely colours on it. There, mate. You're going to behave. Flip, wouldn't you? Look at those lovely dark colours. Okay, mate. Other side. Couple of scales this side. Beautiful. Come in. They're feeding again. Oh, I'm going to get another bait out there. That's it. Oh no! Oh! Oh! Snap me. Oh man. Okay, it's coming up 7 o'clock now. I've run out of mixers, so that's pretty much the end of that. But it's good fun, and glad I got one on the bank. Right, I'm going to prep the rods now to get them out for the night. One's going back down here in the margin, and hopefully all those fish that are there will get their heads down on the bottom tonight. And the other ones, if there's no one in the plateau swim, I'm going to put it out in the same spot. Okay, well it's 8 o'clock now. That's both rods out proper. Same spots, same amount of bait as last night really. Yeah. It was a good afternoon that. I mean, I struggled a bit to start with because I'm sure mixers aren't the same as they used to be back in the day. They're chum ones, pretty good chum ones, but they seem smaller, less buoyant. Because I couldn't get them to float, couldn't get the hook them to hold up the hook. So yeah, to mess about and experiment, put two together, and that didn't work. And in the end, I trimmed down a pop-up, put that on top, glued it together, glued it to the mixer, and used a tooth band, dental band, I think they're called. Little elastic things, just to hold the hook on, and super glued the hook in place, and that started to work. But yeah, lost a couple, but that's okay because I managed to get one on the bank, and there was a few aborted takes as well from the fish, so I'm surprised they just kept coming back. I made enough racket, but every time that something happened that might have spooked them away, I just put a little bit more bait out. A couple of pouches of freebies, and yeah, after a little while they came back in again. I don't know how many there was, it must have been half a dozen, something like that, fish. And I think the takes came when they were competing. You know, there's 2 or 3 fish just going around with munching anything with abandon. That's when I got the takes, because at other times they bolted off, they shied off the hook bait. Whether they saw the line or what, I don't know, but it was later in the afternoon then, and the sun wasn't on there, so the line wouldn't have been showing as much. But yeah, they were spooking off, or taking it in their mouth and quickly spitting it out. So yeah, Thing is, I've run out of mixers now, so I can't have another go in the morning, but that's okay. That was a good fight from that fish. Yeah. And I was worried because it did pick up my other line, so I took my bail arm off the other line, the other rod, and I thought, oh no, I'm going to lose it, especially when it got weeded up. There's a big clump of weed there, but and it was only sort of 11-pound line. It was a tiny, well, it wasn't that tiny, size 8 hook, and yeah, I was worried. I thought, oh no, I know I'm going to lose this, but it held on, and then spat the hook in the net. So yeah, well chuffed actually. It's not me best surface caught fish out of here. I've had a 32 before now, off the top. Yeah. And that time I come down completely unprepared. There was a guy who just finished topping in the same spot over in the island swim over there, and he had to go, and he left me. I didn't have any mixers with me, only floater gear. He left me, kindly left me the half sack, and so I just rigged up a rudimentary floater rig, put it out there, and I had a couple, I think. I had one before, I can't remember the size of that, but then I had 32, so yeah, I do like a bit of floater fishing. It just shows you it was worth putting the effort in to get the float rod out, feed them, get them going. Yeah, it's made this session an okay session, even if I don't have anything more. But let's hope I do, eh? Right, okay, I'm going to have something to eat because I'm starving, so I shall catch you later. Yes! Okay, we've just come up to 1 o'clock. Oh, I thought it was a tench to start with. It's not a tench. It's blind in one eye. Don't get angry. 32.5 pound bait. Angry common. Okay. Right, can we do this? Beautiful. Your other side's not quite so beautiful, mate, is it? Unfortunately, you've got a bad eye. Let's do it anyway. Very good. Okay. Go on, mate. Okay, well it's 2 o'clock now. By the time I sorted myself out, got it back out there, put a bit more bait out. Oh. That's that rod again. I've just literally just. Oh, I think I'm going to get tenched. I thought that was a tench, the fish that I had. When I picked up the rod, there was a couple of kicks of the head, and it waded itself. I thought, oh, it is a tench. But then when it came free, I felt the weight. I thought, no, that's no tench. Didn't have to give me a good fight. It wanted to get in the into the bushes here, and the snags. It was a bit of a struggle to keep it out. Yeah, I was watching it for ages because the water's gin clear at the minute, and the head torch, and I could see it, and I could see it was a good fish, so it was gutty. Yeah, heart was in my mouth a little bit. But eventually, when it did pop up on its side, it came in like a baby. But that was a good 10-15 minutes, I think, into the fight. So yeah, but I've heard fish as well. When I was putting it back further along the margin, I heard a fish crash, and yeah, so those fish that were hanging around today on the top could still be there. I'm going to get back to sleep, but I'm buzzing too much at the minute. Yeah. Oh, I should go home happy. At lunchtime, I've got the option to hang on a bit later today, but I've run out of mixers. I'm alright for bait, for boilies. We'll have to see. I think if the sun gets up again and they get on top, it might not be much point hanging around. But we'll see. It's not be good up until 10:30, 11, until it gets too hot. But, yeah. Right. I'm going to sit here and reflect on that capture and for a bit, and then get my head down again, and it'll be light in 2.5 hours. So yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Now that is the tench. tench, I think. Weeded up tench. Oh, yeah, it's come off. Huh. Could have shook itself off earlier. Save me doing that. Morning. It's just gone 6 now, but when I had that tench take, it was 5:30. I wrapped it up, ready to go out again, but then a fish crashed out there to the right of the island and showed again in front of the island. So I just cast the rod out to the left until the clip and unclipped it, wound it back in. It's quicker than going back up there and unwrapping it. Yeah, I've just plopped one out there where you see my bit of foam, and catted a few, I don't know, a dozen boilies around it. Those that the gulls didn't get, they went straight on me this morning. Just had the twang of the catapult, that was enough. So yeah, and since then the fish has showed a few more times and looks to be working its way around the island. So hopefully it'll come back to where it started, which is, like I say, not far from where I've put one. So yeah, because other than that tench, nothing much has happened on that right end rod out of my baited spot. It's strange because it felt really good. Just the features there, like smooth silt and then gravel ridge, bumping up a gravel ridge to a weed. So it's fishing just over the top of the weed. Because it's a Canadian, the line would just sit right down between it. I would have thought that would have been a perfect spot. But if they're not out there, to be fair, I mean I did see a show yesterday out there. But that's all, just one. Weather's changed. We even had a bit of drizzle this morning. A little bit of rain, light rain for about, it wasn't for long, about 2 minutes. But, yeah, it's overcast, cloudy. It's a warning of thunderstorms. After I've gone, I think, later. But yeah, and there's been a drop in pressure as well. So yeah, this is the first real change in the weather we've had for couple of weeks, I would say, more than that possibly. So, and I did air fish last night around the lake, crashing, so they were definitely more active. But I don't think I can get away with another night after the third night. And to be fair, I'm quite happy with that. I haven't had, you know, that fish off the top after all that effort yesterday. That's 32.5 during the night. Yeah, well pleased. Might not show yet. It's because I've not had enough of this. I haven't woken up. Right, I'm going to sit here and drink the rest of this and probably a second and a third and watch out there. Give it probably a couple of hours if nothing happens, and I'll probably put it back out on its original spot. Okay, well it's 8:30 now. I've decided against putting the right hand rod back out on the original spot. Decided just to have a bit of a cast about, try try different spots with stringers. Have a roaming rod for the last few hours. So yeah, topped up the left hand rod a little bit as well. Just put a dozen boilies out around it. I think the tension bit in there, clearing it out. So yeah, it's brightening up a little bit now. The rain's passed. Yeah, I mean the gear's not massively wet anyway, but that helped dry it out just completely. So I haven't got any aggravation back at home, nicking the washing line and hanging this stuff up. So yeah, right, catch up with you a bit later. Okay, it's gone 11 o'clock now. No real signs out there, so I'm going to start to pack away. Okay, well that's a lot better start than last year's was. Let's hope I can keep it up. I'll be getting into the midweek overnighters soon, which is probably when I'm going to see you next. But in the meantime, if you like this video, then please like, subscribe if you haven't, share the video, and if you're out there, hope you're having a few, and I'll see you next time.